of 2% or even less is by other means. We are importing almost 248 to 50 million tons of coal even as of 2021. And this again is a great challenge for the transport right from the ports to the user end. I believe that this issue also needs to be addressed when looking at logistics of coal movement. Now, as far as I can remember, way back when this crisis was extremely critical in regard to movement of coal, and we were at that time, the railways was providing something like 180 to 190 rakes for transportation throughout the year to Coal India. That meant really that they were, if you take 1 million tons, it's probably 200 million tons of movement through that means. But today it is much more. But at that time a process was initiated in which a planning was to be initiated on the movement of coal through railways. A coordination group that sat with CIL and the people from the railway board who were dealing with the movement and they would sit down and make virtually an annual plan on the movement of coal from the mines through rail. This process, I believe, must be still continuing, otherwise there can be again a crisis on trying to move in very quickly into it. Coming to the issue of movement by rail, there are problems of capacity, and these arise for various reasons. One is the mine end itself has a problem. If we are not using mechanized ways of handling this, then there is a delay. That is, an excessive use of movement of trucks, etc. in the mine, taking it to the railway siding and then loading is a more time-consuming process. If we had mechanized movement of the ore within the mines through the conveyors and through silo, this would suddenly cut short the time of loading and movement. So this is where I think Coal India is probably going into it. It has taken tremendous amount of time to be able to improve this system. Secondly, all this movement to taking it to the railway siding, putting up a wall and things like that is an invitation to excessive environment problems. That can be minimized if you are using more mechanized and better methods of transportation. We do say that this needs to be. When it comes to railways itself, Arunji is there, probably be able to express much better. It has to be like the capacity is fixed. If you say that a single line moving in a particular area, can it evacuate all the coal that is being mined there? There are limitations to single line. It suddenly improves if there is a double line. But these are limitations that we have. When it comes to road, I think the problems are even more critical. In some countries, we find that the road movement is there to the extent of almost more than 100 kilometers at a time. In covered trucks that can carry almost 50 to 60 tons. But in our country, our trucks don't carry that much. Even the larger ones that carry maximum up to 30 tons, but I don't think they are widely used for carrying coal. This gives limitation. It has a lot of wear and tear on the roadside, and maintenance becomes a major problem. The capacity then gets very restricted. When it comes to the third means, which is the MGR, I think if MGR is using a silo loading in the mine, it cuts time again. And this helps because I think the power stations which are using this system are large power stations. If you have a 1000 megawatt power station being fed by a silo, then you can just imagine the kind of coal transportation that would be required on a daily basis. Means you're asking for about 4.5 million tons of transportation in a year. 4 to 5 million tons, which really translates into something like about 40, 50 rakes. Quite a large number, I won't take the figure, that may be wrong. Quite a large number of rakes going around and delivering this coal. Unfortunate part of all this is that when we talk of other means of movement, which is conveyor and things which are, or slurry being pushed into pipes and things like that, it has not progressed very much in this country. Very few. When some industries wanted to get into this on their own, despite Coal India's wanting to do it, even there we found a lot of difficulty in convincing everybody that this was a better method, while environmentally it was proven to be so. This is important. I just would touch upon the other import business, where I think we have Mr. Hazra, who would probably be able to give much more light on this. He's been in the shipping side. There is, I believe, a coordination method, a committee or an effort on movement of coal from the ports. It's a kind of a joint arrangement between the railways and the port authorities. It's working reasonably okay. Now, this is somewhat the kind of system that we are talking about. What we see, we're talking about rail transportation. We've been talking about the rail freight corridors for a long time, with increased capacity, particularly for evacuation from the eastern region of the country. In some other countries, by developed countries, I would take it, to go to Australia or go to US. I think each train that carries coal has been carrying sometimes 10,000 tons, which is each wagon carrying 100 tons, and there are 100 wagons to it. We don't have such capacities, and there is a lot of reason, I would say there's a good reason to enhance this capacity. The other major problem with rail is, of course, the seasonality problem. Unfortunately, we've had this discussion time and again, that when you have the coal, you find that the transportation of other ores also is there, so there is a crunch on the availability of rakes. When you have the rakes, there is low production of coal. So there is a kind of a mismatch that keeps on, and I think this discussion goes on year after year. There's another problem with the movement of rail, particularly in northern India, and that arises in the winter season. There's a sudden drop in the movement. So that needs to be also seen how it can be really taken care of. Various solutions have been thought of in the past into how a large quantity like 1 billion tons which you are talking about. Well, there are questions whether we reach 1 billion or whether we need, and how, when will we reach. Without going into all that, the idea that we will be using coal for several years, maybe a decade, 2 decades, or maybe even after that. After 2 decades, maybe the usage of coal may change from simply power to something else. That is another issue. But the coal transportation will continue to be a problem. There was a concept which was introduced, if I am not wrong, even when the main policy document was made by, I think, Mr. Shankar, who was the advisor in the Planning Commission, that there must be a kind of a tripartite arrangement between the user, the railways, and the mining company. NTPC, if I am not wrong, has been pressing for it even now. I had a discussion with the chairman some months ago, maybe it was early this year, when he kind of put this across that the issues of quantity and quality are so big that he wanted a third party involvement in the transportation so that this could be minimized. I don't want to get into it because this is a fairly difficult issue and it is not easy to resolve. But the idea seems good. Uh, the, the international practices on transportation of coal is generally based on one basic principle, and that is deliver the coal at the doorstep of a usable quality that can be used immediately. Now, I think this poses a great challenge in our country because we don't do either. We sometimes do not deliver the coal which can be directly used. You can talk to any of the power companies, and neither do we deliver coal at doorsteps. This, if done by the company, if you look at it, there are a lot of people who deal with it, import the coal, would take it right up to the power plant, and the power plant quality checked at that point is the manner in which the various financial matters, costs, etc. are determined. We don't do it. This is also a challenge if you want to shift to more modern and more accepted methods internationally. Uh, I have just basically thrown up all the issues that came to my mind. There are experts who would be dwelling upon it. To conclude, I would say that this is an important issue since this has troubled the coal ministry, the coal companies year after year, and to how you can actually ensure, of course, there are problems when it comes to disruptions in production or otherwise. That creates additional problems of transportation. But a tradition which has been set up in the Ministry of Coal, that there is a weekly meeting between the railways, the CIL, the SCCL, and even now I think even the private